Oh boy, I better get that report to Mr. Hendersman pronto ASAP stat. Oh boy, where's the water cooler? Who saw the sports ball fight game? Also politics. Oh boy, coffee reports meeting HR scalability memo and scene. Thank you. Thank you, that is my one-act play entitled Office Worker Who Doesn't Know What I Know. Because while most people go to and from their office jobs without a care in the world, except for every care in the world ever, adulthood is a pants-poopingly nasty toil. Anyway, I go to my office job with specific fears you don't. Because I've learned the truth about my office building. And the truth is, it hates me, with every fiber and I-beam and ceiling tile I throw pencils into of its being. Why is that? Well, for one thing, workspaces are unproductive places to work. Which is insane. You had one job place to be that. As of 2012, there were almost 1 million office buildings in America. They're the most prevalent kind of commercial building in the country. Approximately 70% of those offices are designed as open offices. No walls, no dividers. That number keeps growing. And that's not because your boss wants you all to feel like cool, egalitarian future workers, Tom Cruise in Minority Reporting at your standing screen desk. No, your company saw that movie, but their takeaway was that if 3 precogs can share one wave pool, you don't need your own office. You might have experienced what many workers are firsthand, switching from a cubicle to a communal table, or switching from an assigned desk to a storage locker and the possibility of a desk, or being told you don't need most of that fancy square footage you're wastefully existing in. And that corporate fat slicing is super profitable, or it would be, if statistics didn't show that workers in open office spaces take more sick leave, suffer more stress, and lose most of their productivity. That productivity drop hits introverts hardest. Introverts hate feeling eyes on them, and an open office serves up more eyes than a seafood place that leaves the head on. But an open office's interruptions are the true focus killer, and they derail any kind of employee. A UC Irvine study found that after an interruption, it takes the average office worker more than 23 minutes to get back on task. 23 minutes, that means that time frame wise, an interruption is basically one worker telling the other worker to close Excel and not open it back up until they watched a sitcom. And we are designing more offices to do that to people more often. But hey, your company might argue their open office is a space-saving layout because that's what it takes to reduce the building's carbon footprint, and danged if that's not worth some sacrifice. And that would be true if management also did something about how much energy they're throwing at the air conditioning. Also, air conditioning hates professional women. Surprise! I'm focusing on office building problems. So as bad as they are, we can blow right past the non-architectural forms of business sexism. The pay gap and the glass ceiling and insincere tokenism are issues that happen in or out of an office environment. Workplaces do breed sexual harassment, and that's a real problem, but you know that. Or you choose not to know that, because you have a thriving career in mergers, acquisitions, and stegosaurus hunting. Either way, anti-lady bullshit moves are like the eyes of Sauron. They're everywhere. Also, they involve a male gaze. Anyway, as much as office workers have moved past the Mad Men era, your office building's air conditioning is still an ass-slapping Don Draper. If you see these office blankets and immediately imagine them solving all your temperature problems, you're not crazy. Studies show office AC is based on a decades-old model, and that model is calibrated for the comfort of a 40-year-old man weighing 154 pounds. That temperature also assumes this man is wearing a suit, which means unless you exclusively shop the Hillary Clinton collection, your office is responding to your feminine clothing choices by literally freezing you out of the workplace. It's because Hillary likes pantsuits, because she's boring. Or Hillary likes pantsuits because decades of working in government offices and private sector high-rises, all of them built for men, forced her to wear the warmest professional garments she can at all times, and that requirement is the thing that created her lifelong public image as a pantsuited frosty box, against her will and without her say-so. Ha 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 ha. Your building's oxygen supply isn't just chilly. Crack's Kathy Benjamin warned us all about sick building syndrome and gadget pollution. You see, regulatory agencies like OSHA are mostly worried about hazardous chemicals, construction accidents, and other action movie type liabilities. So they miss the fact that your building's ventilation system sucks in automotive pollution from the parking lot and your close by major streets. They're also unlikely to notice if those vents have black mold. And even if the ventilation's perfect, printers and copiers expel ozone and spit particles of toner into the air indoors. Enough exposure to that can give you siderosilicosis, a disease primarily associated with coal miners and with movies where children swear never to work in their mines, Pa. I can't live like you, I love space. Now maybe you're not worried about that because you work in one of those new office buildings with eco-friendly vents and razor scooters between meetings and that set of throw pillows shaped like emojis. Well, congratulations. You might not be inhaling too much grime, but you are breathing in literal dead air. Lots of new office buildings are energy efficient, but did you ever wonder how they achieve that? It still looks like an office building. You still leave your computer turned on 24/7. That one thing won't stop humming. Well, one of the main ways offices cut energy use is by cutting their ventilation rate. That means more of the carbon dioxide you breathe out sticks around. Energy-efficient buildings are notorious for elevated indoor CO2, and studies show CO2 ruins a person's decision-making abilities once it's over 1,000 parts per million in the air. So now you know. And you know what? Take some time off. Otherwise, your office will turn you into a frozen, vapor-addled distraction target. In addition to making you depressed if your commute is more than 10 minutes, making you depressed-er by overlighting your space. Also, it's wrecking your spine whether you sit or stand. So, if you're watching this at home, good for you. And if you're watching this at work, I salute you as the gosh darn American hero you are. Your mind and body are at war with the most hostile to work in work environment civilization has ever conceived. And I know your struggle, because I'm right there with you. I'm in those trenches every day, and a lot of nights. The past few weekends, too. It's been busy. And sure, things can feel hopeless after working in an office for more than a couple of minutes, but I choose not to worry about that, because everything will be fine. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and share this video if you want to subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome. And if you're watching this at work, you're sticking it to the man. I like that. Let's sink this economy.